Okay, so if I send you like a random sector to where I'm going, how would I find out how much tritium I would need to get there?
Spansh router has a fleet carrier jumping route. And it will actually do the calculation for you. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, so we got the router. We got the fleet carrier router. So you're starting in Bara. It'll actually this thing will even route you through bodies that it knows has icy rings, so you can go mine tritium.
Oh, sick.
It's just a okay. So that system actually is in there. So we'll say 15,000 tons on board, right? Your route to that system would be 40 fleet carrier jumps, right? And it looks like you would run out of fuel right when you got there, and you would need to have how much fuel? Tritium in the market. You would need to have 3,391 tons of tritium to make it with 15,000, right? But let's say your fleet carrier only weighed, we'll say 8,000, right? You'd only need 2,657 tons of tritium on board. Right. And you would actually make it, because then with a fuel tritium market, right? Your depot being full, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It would make it 13 jumps with one tank, right? Whereas if you're at maxed out, so with 25,000 tons of material on board, you can only make it 5 jumps per tank of tritium.
I don't know what that means.
So you can either make it 13 fleet carrier jumps that you don't have to land on the fleet carrier and refill the market, or you can make it 6 if you're filled up, because of the weight difference, right? So each jump, with 25,000 tons on board, each jump of fuel, each jump is going to eat about 130 tons of fuel. Whereas if you were at, let's say, half, we'll say, 12,500, each jump only takes 109 tons of fuel.
Minus being lighter, because I don't want to get out there and immediately have to mine tritium.
Yeah.
Optimized amount. How much tritium should I put on my fleet carrier?
Gotcha. Because you don't want to be able to really come back, right?
Yeah.
And how much tritium do you have in your market?
I don't know what that means.
Go to your commodity trading, right? And then in your fleet carrier menu. Yeah. Go to the fleet carrier menu, go to commodity trading, and then tell me what it says for capacity allocation. That's probably going to just be what your tritium is.
So what am I looking for? Capacity allocation,
yeah.
8,572.
Your whole fleet carrier is just tritium. Go to manage market, and then scroll down to UC tritium and tell me what that number says by stock. Yeah, it should say stock. It's one of the columns. It should tell you a number right here.
8,572.
8,572. Okay, so you're all trit. Got it. You're kind of optimized like right now. So your last run will actually take you 12 jumps on one tank. You'll need 3,809 tons to get there, but since you have 8,000 tons on board, so you have over double what you need, and each jump right now is going to take 100 fuel each jump until you hit your 5th jump, and then it goes down to 90s. And so what you would want to do is every jump you want to put the tritium market back at 1,000 tons, right? The tritium depot back at 1,000 tons, because then that takes weight. Because the fuel depot is magic. It doesn't count for weight for whatever reason. So every ton you take out of your cargo hold and put back into the depot is the further your jump range gets. And so this route from here to there would be 40 jumps. It would take around 13 hours of fleet carrier jumping. And there are pristine rings in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 icy pristine rings on the way. So if you wanted to stop and just do some mining. Okay,
so if I wanted to put 12,000 whatever, just for a fucking even number.
So let me look real quick. So you were at 9,472, and you want to go to what, 12,000? But here's the thing, though, right? Adding that actually about doubled your tritium cost to get there. So you would have just barely over more than half than before. So it would take you 4,075 tritium to get there now with 12,000 tons. Whereas if you had I'll just round it to 9,500. Well, that's not that bad off. You need 3,800 there. To set a buy order on your fleet carrier, you're going to go into carrier management. You're going to go down to the commodity trading, and you're going to go to manage market. Then you're going to go down to tritium, and you're going to hit trade this commodity, and set the units down below to whatever you want your tritium to be on board. Then you need to set your buy price. Know that tritium generally goes for around 50 to 60K inside the bubble. And if you want other people to fill this for you, you need to incentivize this. The generally accepted good trade route would be around 10 to 20,000 tons, or 10 to 20,000 profit per ton. So here, if I bought it 107%, whoever's delivering it might even lose money. So they're probably not going to do that run for me. But if I change this to, let's say, 75,000 credits per ton, which would be around 10 to 15K per ton profit, it's going to incentivize people to come and fill it up. And especially if you need to advertise it, there's some player groups out there, the Player Trade Network. There's basically every community has an area where people are doing trade with fleet carriers. If you really need the tritium filled fast, crank that thing up to, I'd say, around 100K. If money is no issue and you need tritium now, right, this would cost me, down below, you can see the allocated credits for this commodity. This would take me around 703 million credits if I had set this buy order the way it is now. I'm not really going to do that here, but there have been times where I set, 10,000 tons of material, and a amount to be earned is around 1 billion credits. Have been there and done that many times just because I don't like hauling tritium. Once that's done, you set your numbers all up. Just hit apply down here at the bottom. Exit on out and ensure that your fleet carrier is set to open docking access. Here down at the bottom, you go to settings, change your access from whatever it's set to all. Highly advised notorious commander access, which just allows people with notoriety to dock. That's not a thing that we decided that's a notorious commander. It's the notoriety system in game, meaning if you have fines and you have notoriety, you would still be allowed to dock. There is no reason to disallow notorious commander access unless you are performing some type of operation where you want to try to prevent an enemy from reloading or refueling at your fleet carrier. But generally, if they're participating in these levels of activity, they're going to have their own fleet carrier anyway. So all you're doing is preventing random people from having access. And that's it. That's how you set a buy order on your fleet carrier. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell with the advanced mining lasers.